Hulhame is Scottish for Hull's house, which in turn translates to this 1711 farmhouse without buildings, resting on 12 bucolic acres hidden away in Northampton Township. And Hull's house is indeed just what this historic landmark has been to the owners, who have made this peaceful residence their home for over half a century. The original owner, James Carroll, had emigrated to the U.S. after imprisonment in Ireland during the dreadful religious conflicts of the 1600s. He was a Presbyterian of Scottish-Irish descent, as were many who came to America during the early settlement of Pennsylvania. In fact, this particular wave of immigrants once prompted Abe Lincoln himself to say, "The Scotch-Irish came here in such numbers that surely God must have liked that ethnic group, as he made so many of them." The stone house, which is now Hulhame, originally had an adjacent barn, which unfortunately burned to the ground in the mid-1950s. These were in turn part of a larger tract of land purchased by James and Sarah Dungan Carroll in the late 1600s. The larger manor home, built in 1709, was demolished years ago when the U.S. Navy expanded the nearby Naval Air Station. There are no reliable records to identify exactly for whom the smaller farmhouse, which is Hulhame, was built back in 1711. The most likely candidate would be a direct descendant of James and Sarah, probably an elder son. Over the years, the property became a productive dairy farm, using its surrounding 100 acres to support the livestock, and through that enterprise, many Carroll descendants, some of whom still live in the area. In the mid-1920s, the farm was sold from the Carroll lineage to a veterinarian who lived there until the property was subdivided for a housing development as post-war suburban sprawl began taking over the area. The remaining 12 acres with the stone house and outbuildings was sold to the Hulls in 1951. To this day, deer and foxes roam freely around the grounds, far away from the neighbors and present-day traffic. The residence has been completely restored to make it a shining example of the once ubiquitous farm homes that existed throughout Bucks County. This short film combines photo and video footage recorded at the Hull's residence during the past 8 months. Pause for a moment and reflect upon the working spring house which still feeds a gentle stream. Imagine aged cherry wood logs in the fireplace, taking the chill off of a cold Pennsylvania winter night. As you watch and take in some of the magic that was and is Hulhame.
One of the things we liked about the house was that it was set back from the road. Even though at that time there was very little traffic at all, now we're especially glad to be back from the road with all the traffic that goes by all the time. The developer bought the farm in 1949 and divided it into 2-acre parcels. We were able to buy the house and the barn and other outbuildings on about 12 acres. Shortly after Stephen was born in 1954, the barn burned tragically, And this is all that's left of it now. I call it my apple ladder garden because of the apple ladders that we have collected in here.